things that nobody tells you about WordPress. So, you decide to make a website or a blog or something using WordPress. People are saying great things for you about WordPress. And don't get me wrong, WordPress is amazing. I love WordPress. But if you know nothing about WordPress, this is some things that nobody tells you. Just to make it clear, I'm assuming that you don't know nothing about coding. And you are someone that never used WordPress before. You just starting with WordPress. I think that this is the most important thing to understand about WordPress when beginning. What's define the difficulty of using WordPress, it's how much it's important to you to show the things the way that you want and how much things you want to add. Think WordPress like a car. If you go to buy a car, just to go to point A to point B, you're gonna enter the store and the seller will say to you, this car have this and this and this. And you might don't care. It's okay. You just want to use the car. You pay the seller and the same moment the seller give you the keys and you leave the store driving your car. If you want a different wheel on the car, the seller will show the options that they have on the store, and 15 minutes later you are leaving with the new car with some modified wheels. But if you want some special wheels that you saw in your dream, you're gonna pay more to the seller to manufacture the wheel, and 1 month later you're gonna come back to the store to get the car with this crazy special wheel. If you want some special color, custom suspensions, custom leather work, etc., it will take more time and more money. The same applies to WordPress. You can use the plain installation, buy some optional plugins, or order a custom modification just for you. You can do yourself if you have or decided to acquire the skills, or you can pay some professional to do it for you. You can use the official WordPress hosting service for free, or you can install WordPress on other places. On WordPress.com, you can host your blog or site for free. It comes with some limitations, but it's usually okay for the majority of the people. You can pay a hosting service to host your site, but you have to deal with pricing and configuration stuff. The theme is how your content will be shown to the public. WordPress comes with some themes. If you want to show your content in a different way, you have to choose a different theme. You can use a free template, a paid template, or you can make your own template. To make your own template, you're gonna need to know how to code. If you want to customize a theme or create one from scratch, you're gonna need to know how to code or hire someone to do it for you. This is more or less the big picture about how themes works on WordPress. You create a post on the admin, and the theme is how the public will see this post. So you can show the same content that you created on the admin page in different ways with different themes. If you decide to learn to code, it might take some time to make the template of your dreams. You will need to learn HTML, CSS, and PHP, then the WordPress API and some JavaScript to do some fancy interactions. It really depends on what do you want to do, but it might take weeks to years. You might be always dependent of other people's works. Let's say that the theme that you bought showed the post title, the first 30 words of the post body, and the link that say read the full post. Now you want to show the creation time of the post. If the theme don't have an option to let you turn on or off this option, you're gonna need some plugin to do this for you. But even if you find the plugin, it might not work so well with your theme. If you update WordPress and your theme breaks for some reason, you will have to wait the developer to update the theme. And sometimes they don't update, so you are stuck with that version of WordPress and the theme. Sometimes even the small changes require to get a complete new theme. If the theme that you are using is a theme that the developer don't update anymore, it might prevent you to update to a new and better version of WordPress or a plugin. WordPress is always moving forward. It's better you to choose a theme that has a history of being updated. Your theme might not work on all devices. Today we have so much ways to access the internet that a simple template might not work on every device. If it's important to you that your site is accessible by any device, you will need to check this before you buy it. You might end up spending some bucks. A custom or premium template can cost you some dollars, and if you need some special plugins, some of them are paid too. Some plugins even requires a monthly plan. Now it's very common that a lot of the paid plugins have a free tier version. So you need to check if the free version is good for you or if you're gonna need to invest in a full version of the paid plugin. You need to pay attention to security. WordPress is used in millions of sites across the web, and you can download and see all the code used in WordPress. This makes it easy for malicious people to try to exploit some flaws, but the WordPress team is very good in avoiding that. So usually when something goes wrong, it's some plugin faults, some poorly coded theme, or the owner of the site for using poor password.